Hello, viewers. It's Jen Lynn and Sienna Rose back together again. Double trouble. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. I'm wearing my green.
I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day, but you know what? We're good.
We're going to look at several things today. Do some rapid fire readings. We're going to look at Justin Trudeau. We've got a little list of things we're going to go through. So I'm going to let Sienna Rose give the background on what's going on with Justin Trudeau before we start throwing some cards to see what we get.
Okay. So I'll try and give you all the condensed version here. So what's basically going on is Justin Trudeau is possibly committing an obstruction of justice. Now, there's this engineering construction company corporation, SNC-Lavalin, based in Quebec. They're a major employer in Quebec, but throughout other parts of Canada too. So anyways, they rake in lots of dough. Now, they have been charged with corruption and bribery that has to do with some work they had done in Libya. And it seemed as though the corruption and the bribery had been going on for several years. Now, the former Attorney General of Canada, Jody Wilson-Raybould, had the power to make the decision whether or not SNC-Lavalin goes to trial. She wanted them to go to trial, but Justin Trudeau wanted to give them this kind of like a sweetheart deal, where instead of going to trial, they would just have to pay a big fine, which is probably no skin off their nose, really, and they would be able to continue doing federal contracts. And they did not like, Trudeau and his office did not like that Jody Wilson-Raybould had decided that SNC-Lavalin would go to court. So they kept trying to, pester her, change her mind. She had received several text messages, phone calls, and emails, trying to convince her, to change her decision. And the public opinion of Justin Trudeau is not looking very good right now as a result. So actually, we do have a few questions about Trudeau in the wake of this scandal.
So we're going to look at, will Justin Trudeau in Canada be charged with obstruction of justice, right? Is that one of the things that's coming up?
I've had a lot of Canadian subscribers comment on those videos. It's a very Trumpian move. And I agree. I'm very disappointed in Trudeau. I thought he'd be better than this, but clearly...
It is kind of bizarre because he's been so anti-Trump, it seemed, yeah. And then to do this, it's like, oh.
It's just, yeah, it's cringe. Ugh. So anyways, how many should we pull?
I'm going to start with 3 and see if I get my answer that way. Will he be charged with obstruction of justice?
All right. And I'll pull 3 regarding Justin Trudeau and obstruction of justice.
Well, I've got the thief trying to get away with something.
I got that one in prior readings.
I've got he's making plans. Well, someone's making plans. Someone is making plans.
Mm-hmm.
About Justin Trudeau. I feel this is not Justin Trudeau making plans. I feel like this is someone else making plans about him.
Andrew Scheer, most likely. He really wants to be the prime minister. He is the leader of I think it's the official leader of the opposition. And he has numerous times called on Trudeau to step down. And he's very open about his distaste for that guy. So I'm just assuming it's probably Andrew Scheer and people who are working with his best interests.
But I've got, for final outcome, I've got the Emperor, which I think is Justin Trudeau. I've got agreements made. I laid clarifiers because I was like, well, what about him? Yeah, this is something that's gone on a long time. But I feel like
2001 to 2011. Something like that.
Yeah. And then I've got, illumination coming on this. So, and that he's burdened, but I'm not seeing an obstruction charge.
Okay, so what I ended up pulling is this is Trudeau right now. He's fending off a lot of reporters' questions, a lot of stuff he doesn't really want to answer. And Then I have this leaving.
Wow.
Yeah,
Walking
leaving.
from the situation, or lay a clarifier on
Is
that.
it leaving the situation or is it leaving Parliament? And then I have this burden. He is feeling the burden right now.
Lay a clarifier on that leaving.
I am going to clarify that leaving card with the King of Pentacles. So,
Is he leaving the moneyed man, and who he's been helping with that company, maybe walking away from the company?
potentially getting, maybe getting his toast buttered somewhere else.
Okay, so let's look at how will this affect Justin Trudeau in the elections coming up this year?
I just had one fly out while I was shuffling. Oh, it was the self-defense one again.
Wow. I've got burden on the bottom of the deck.
Well, I've had this draining the swamp potentially come out, but this is the Ace of Cups that just flew out. Draining the swamp, or, well,
New emotions.
Now on the bottom, yeah. Now on the bottom, I have trying to network with somebody.
Well, he's got regrets and loss regarding the election. He's out in the cold. And looks like a woman is causing it. So that would be probably Jody, right?
Probably. I hope so.
The former Attorney General.
Yeah. Oh, the new Attorney General is male.
He's gonna retreat. He's gonna retreat. He's either not gonna run or he's not gonna win. I feel like he's not even gonna run. I'm kind of feeling that energy, like he's out in the cold and he's not gonna run.
And my cards are telling me that right now he's trying to make connections elsewhere.
Wow.
So I think it's like, I think you're right. Like, I don't think he'll try to because, well, on the bottom already, I got the stress of freaking out, trying to get away with something, and then that new beginning. Oh, look at that.
Wow. Loss and regrets. Okay.
Just get voted out. Somebody else will come in.
So next thing we wanted to look at was Manafort. The Manafort's lawyer kept making up stuff, signaling to Trump, there's no collusion. The judge said there's no collusion when the judge didn't say anything about collusion. The trials weren't about collusion. Manafort then got charged by New York State for conspiracy and fraud, bank fraud, and probably ties to money laundering and everything. I didn't read, there were like 16 or 19 additional counts in New York. But my question is, because Mueller has not charged anyone yet, or his team, with conspiracy or treason or anything like that. I want to look at, does Mueller have additional charges for Manafort? And could they possibly involve, conspiracy or treason? Is Mueller done with him? Is Mueller done with Manafort, or does he have additional charges for him?
So, okay, if I remember right, if you're indicted by the state, you can't get a pardon?
Correct.
Okay.
But there's a double jeopardy law, so the charges in the state have to be different from what he got charged for already and convicted at the federal level. But he could still have additional federal charges coming out, which would be Mueller's team. There could be additional state charges, which would go back to the state, but they have to watch the double jeopardy.
Mueller and Manafort.
Well, I've got not accepting what's offered, divine discontent, and I laid a clarifier on that, and I've got sword of truth. So I feel like both Manafort is not happy with what has been offered, but I also feel like Mueller's not happy yet. I've got anxiety here, and I've got waiting on the harvest, which tells me he's looking at other indictments. He is looking at other indictments. He's got paperwork he's going to carry forward. And then, here's the Mueller card. I do think Mueller, he's waiting right now, but he's looking at all these other indictments he could get Manafort for, and he's gonna bring all this paperwork forward, all these indictments forward, and there he sits. I do think he's gonna charge him with more stuff.
I think so too, and just got something interesting here. I'm going to just a sec. Okay, so I pulled 3. First of all, I got the Queen of Swords, and I feel like there might be a woman putting him in his place. This might have to do with the state indictments, and I pulled a clarifier for that one, and I got this. The word that keeps coming to my mind is theft, but like fraud is a form of theft. Then I also got a couple of more here. I have the Hermit, and I have the Stress for Manafort. I think it has to do with Mueller is looking at everything. I think Manafort is kind of spending some time by himself too.
And I had the Hermit on the bottom of the deck before I started shuffling, and look what's on the bottom of my deck now. We're pulling cards on this.
And it's like Mueller is looking at all of Manafort's partnerships and areas where he's been cooperative in like illegal kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we think there's going to be more from Mueller on Manafort. Something else that I think we should take a look at. Trump vetoed the state of emergency bill that the House and Senate put through trying to stop the state of emergency. He vetoed it. Let's look at, will Trump be blocked from doing his state of emergency? Will his veto be rescinded, or will they take it up in court? Will Trump be stopped from his veto? And therefore stopped from his state of emergency.
The only emergency is the fact that he somehow became president.
Well, I've got defeat on the bottom of the deck. Kind of says it all.
It does. Ooh. Well, first of all, I got that right away Trump is being immature. And then I also have, I have Knight of Wands, and I've got the GOP.
So the GOP moving forward with the plan. I think, with this defeat on the bottom of the deck, that they'll defeat his veto. I've got the victory card here. So I think they will be victorious in stopping him. It's going to cause Trump major anxiety. Keep him up at night. I've got the Justice card. I think this will have to go through the court system.
I think so. On the bottom, I actually had the Ace of Pentacles, and I'm thinking that the Pentacle, it's more like Trump's like offering up like the veto. To him, like, he's pushing it very strongly, but there's a strong kind of a push back against him, because what comes right next is death. The end.
Wow.
So there's going to be a giant change there too.
Okay, we've got 2 more things we wanted to look at. One, Jeanine Pirro from Fox News. Trump tweeted out that Fox News should bring her back because it's Dems trying to silence the majority of our country. Jeanine Pirro, for those who don't know, with Fox News, her show was suspended Saturday night. She made Islamophobic remarks about Ilhan Omar, the new rep, made disgusting remarks about her because she wears, the hijab on her head, said that she's endorsing Sharia law, and antithetical to the U.S. Constitution, which is just bullcrap.
Ignorant.
But there's Trump telling Fox News to bring Jeanine Pirro back. Let's look at Jeanine Pirro. Will she go back on Fox News? Will they turn her back on?
Okay.
Ooh, I got the moving to calmer waters on the bottom, but it also, I'm feeling moving away, packing her bags and going.
Yeah. Sorry. Because it's funny because you got that and then I got going away pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I also have, well, we got like Trump wants her to come back, etc. But there's stress about it.
I've got the, they're making plans about her. King of Cups support for her. I think this is showing up, Trump showing up as the King of Cups as her supporter because she supports him. It's unusual. I've never had Trump show up as a King of Cups, but I feel his energy on that. And then I've got the Hangman delays. I don't think they'll bring her back. I think they'll continue to delay her.
Yeah, on the bottom of my deck, I have the Queen of Wands, and I'm thinking that's Jeanine. I have the self-defense. She could be trying to fight to come back to the show as well, but I have her she's going to have to work something out elsewhere.
Wow. Last thing we want to look at is, I can never remember the guy's name who co-wrote Art of the Deal with Trump. Why can I not remember his name? You guys comment below. They'll know. The guy who co-wrote Art of the Deal with Trump basically wrote the book for Trump. He keeps saying that Trump would throw his own children, under the bus. So I want to look at what does Trump think of each of his children. So let's start with, it also came out that at one time Trump tried to get Ivanka and Jared to go back to New York, which I found like hysterical. Let's look at, what does Trump think of Ivanka? Would he throw her under the bus?
Well, right away I got the law. Well, either the White House or this came up in the last reading I did on Donald and Ivanka. There was like, she wanted some like peace and harmony in that family, but it's like he's kind of waffling on it as far as with Ivanka. To me, it's like, I don't know if I should do this to her or not.
You're going to laugh at mine. So I have the Chariot, which is a vehicle. This is the bus.
My God.
Here's the bus he's going to throw her under.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
He's making
got judgment on the bottom right here.
Yeah, his plans are treacherous. Okay.
Yeah.
He on the bottom of the deck, he's just working out details. I think he would totally throw her under the bus, the Chariot.
Oh, and you know what?
Swift action, but I actually literally was laughing and feeling the energy that it's the bus.
That's funny, because like, I guess this could be, I thought it was him like struggling, kind of going back and forth on whether or not he would do it, but it could just be him trying to balance out the details. Because on the bottom I had judgment.
Wow. So he's judging her. Interesting.
Yeah. His precious. And that last reading I did on them, they were not getting along. She wasn't cooperating with him.
Okay, so let's look at Jared Kushner. What does Trump think of Jared, her beloved husband?
Oh, I had one just fall out. Well, I had the 6 of Pentacles just fall out. So it's like, oh, and look, I have Ivanka on the bottom right there, Queen of Cups. So I don't know if it's like Trump feels like he's in this position and that it's like, well, it's a privilege for you to be my son-in-law. or something. I'm gonna pull a few on purpose though.
Yeah, I've got on the bottom, I've got the hangman. So he's got a different perspective about him, I'm feeling right now. And it's kind of like can be delays, but I'm feeling like he's got a different perspective about him right now. Here's the family money and inheritance card, that he feels Jared is bringing more money in. New beginnings, new plan, taking new action, moving forward with that new initiative, new inspiration with the Knight of Wands. So I think, in strength, I think he's looking at Jared as a moneymaker, so he's not going to do anything about Jared.
Because, well, when I pulled a few on purpose now, I got Justice. So, I mean, I think that Jared will probably go to jail, but maybe Trump is like hoping his version of justice, like, oh, Jared will be off the hook. But then again, now secondly, I have the Empress. So, maybe, yeah, like the creator of, what is it? More like an income and stuff like that. And on the bottom, I also have strength. Here.
I think he looks at him as a strong way of making more money for the family inheritance.
On the bottom, I have like the idealized version of somebody. So maybe he does see Jared as like kind of like the knight in armor, sort of, because it's like, oh, look at the finances he can bring into the family.
I didn't get the chariot like he's going to throw him under the bus.
My Six of Pentacles that flew out, it could have been he saw Jared as like, maybe sometimes it's like, yeah, it's a privilege for you to be married to my daughter, but then it's also he sees Jared as being the figure handing out the pentacles.
Yeah. Or getting money. That card is my money laundering money too. So when you held that up, I'm like, oh, he needs Jared to launder money. So let's look at Don Jr. Would Trump throw Don Jr. under the bus? What's really interesting is the fact that, in Trump.org and Trump Foundation, all these things, he keeps getting the kids' names on things. And whenever I do readings on them, it's like, it's almost like he's setting the kids up to take the fall for him. So would he throw Don Jr. under the bus? What does he think of Don Jr.? I got the miser on the bottom, trying to hang on to what he's got. That's Trump trying to hang on to what he's got.
Yeah.
So if he has to sacrifice somebody else in order to hang on to what he's got,
and he'll do it.
He'll do it.
That's really weird. I'm getting certain ones that I'm shuffling and shuffling, but they keep coming up.
Yeah. Well, I've got with Don Jr., he's already retreated from him.
Yeah.
So he's already not there for him. We have the Sword of Truth and Power.
Yeah.
So to me, and here's the King of Wands, which for me is Mueller when he's investigating and planning. He shows up as King of Swords for me when he's in action. I think he's looking at, retreat from Don Jr., sacrifice him, because here's Mueller coming out for the truth. That's what I'm feeling on it.
I just got the Strength card. So it's like Trump Sr. wants to be the dominant one.
Mm-hmm.
I also have the Hierophant, so like the law.
The law and the government.
Yeah.
Big
so
change.
I take that as, yes, I think he's willing to throw his son under the bus. It's like going to wait and see what kind of news, what kind of stuff comes in. But there's fighting.
Agreements. Wow.
Yeah, agreements, embattlement, yeah.
He's waiting to see what color bus he gets. Okay, one more. Let's look at Eric Trump. What would Trump Sr. throw Eric Trump under the bus?
Eric seems to think that he's going to throw Ivanka under the bus first. I don't know how that's going to go.
Women are disposable to Trump. So I could see that he would, throw Ivanka under the bus.
Mhm. Well, nope. Right away on the bottom, I have the Hanged Man. I have pulled the Moon, so there's some information that's going to be coming out. Some secrets and some lies. Truth is going to be coming out eventually with regarding Eric. I also have, well, the house, and I have Ivanka again.
Wow.
So I got the Hanged Man. So seeing something differently. I have this one is interesting because now I've got the Queen of Swords. That's like,
you know, with the New York State things against Trump Foundation and Trump Org, it's a female attorney general that Letitia James, I believe her name is.
Yeah.
Could be her.
Maybe, and I think she's going to have to do with Eric Trump going away.
Wow. Well, I've got, with Don looking at Eric as, you know, he's the immature one that doesn't, you know, that can't handle the money. I've got the thief trying to get away with things. So I almost feel like he's looking at Eric as like a thief, like trying to, you know, maybe hide money offshore or something. And then I've got Trump and all his greed and corruption. I've got my Putin card here too. It was interesting because on the bottom of the deck, I've got my Mother Russia card, and I didn't pull that out first, but I just pulled Russia, and so I feel like Trump is setting up Eric more to take the fall for Russian collusion, which is interesting because when I've read Eric in the past, I haven't gotten that feeling.
This is the one that just fell out for me. It was the Star, but it's upside down. So there's not a whole lot of hope for any of the Trumplings in that situation.
Wow. So people keep asking me, and I've read on Melania before, but people keep asking me, is she a spy? And, you know, was she sent over by Putin? Is she a spy for Russia? And I just want to ask it one last time, our last question.
I think I've asked that one before too, and I got an interesting. But, you know, things do change pretty quickly in that household.
Yeah.
Let's see. Melania and Putin.
On the bottom of the deck, I've got she's isolating herself. I don't have any spy cards, so I've got, you know, she's got a winning at all cost mentality, but she's battle weary too, and I think that's why, you know, if you watch my video on was it a fake Melania in Alabama, you know, I think she's battle weary. She's not traveling with them. She sees the tower coming. And for her, that's victory and success. You know, the world card has a victory wreath on it. She wants this to be over so that she can move on away from Trump.
Yes, I got.
And by the way,
secrets.
she's also tired of the addictions with Trump.
Yep. I've got secrets that are going to come out. So I think Melania's hidden intention stuff we're going to start finding out about. She's trying to get into like that higher ground, the better place. But I also have the tower. I think now in other readings I got that like she celebrates the fact that her husband, like everything he has is going up in smoke. But then on the bottom I have that money again.
Yeah,
she's going to have any prosperity. She's not going to be the rich wife if her husband is left with nothing.
Yeah, I feel like she's already like trying to stash some money offshore, and to make sure that she's got some money down the road. I again did not get spy cards, so Whenever I read on that, I don't get the spy card. So I don't think she's a spy. I don't think she's set up by Putin. I think she's just looking, I think she's a opportunist who went after Trump's money, married him for his money. Now she's having to deal with it, and she'll move on, once Trump's locked up or out of office.
I'm getting that. I think she does know more than she lets on. She knows a lot more than people think that she would know.
Yeah, I think she does know what's going on. I think she sees it. But I think she just kind of lays low. I don't feel like she's involved, really.
Yeah.
So, one card pull. Is Trump leaving office this year?
There's a lot of fighting.
He's going to be offered something.
My card on the bottom.
The thief is going to be offered something.
He's right now still trying to defend himself. But yes, I got he's being offered something. So if that's like a deal, you leave and we won't completely destroy you or something.
Yeah.
But there's going to be that big upheaval.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you so much for doing the rapid fire with me again. It's always fun to be with Sienna Rose. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, watch this video twice. Watch it on Sienna's channel. Watch it on my channel. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. And we'll see them the next time, right?
All right.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Bye-bye.